Let me make
I
a
have a
statement.
question for you.
Let him talk. He hasn't
Chris
said
talk.
anything. Let him talk.
I got a question for you. Did you get a stimulus check?
During COVID, yeah, or C-19, yes.
Okay, so
Everybody got a
what,
stimulus
what's the
check
problem?
during C-19.
See, the problem is the Democrats didn't start hating on Trump until he started running, but y'all loved him for them stimulus checks, though.
I did not like Trump either way.
I don't know what
But
that.
you still
I don't know what that is.
you know.
I'm not gonna say.
I didn't like him when he ran in 2016. I'm not a Democrat. I was a Republican, and I didn't vote for him because I didn't like him then, and I don't like him now. It's not. The stimulus check didn't have anything to do with it.
So
What's going on by
what
Congress?
you guys are saying he didn't have a heart, but you guys went out and cashed him checks so proudly, and we're glad.
Yeah, that's not his money. That's my money. What do you mean? That's not his money. That's my money. That has nothing to do with his heart. It has nothing to do with his heart. That's my money.
Tom, it was not your money. It was Trump's money.
It was not Trump's money. That's my money.
It was
That's
our
taxpayer money.
money.
I pay
Government
taxes.
money.
He gave
It was
me
Trump's
my money
It
from
was
my
taxpayers'
taxes.
money.
The governor's doing a very good job. He's having a hard time getting the president on the phone. I guess they're not being responsive. The federal government is not being responsive, but they're having a very hard time getting the president on the phone. He won't get on, and of course the vice president, she's out someplace campaigning, looking for money.
But you can fund Ukraine and all those other foreign countries and not take care of the American people when they're suffering.
Yep, that's right. You can pour money into Ukraine while our veterans, our homeless people, our Americans are going without. And now these hurricanes, I mean, if people look at the devastation in North Carolina, the devastation in Tennessee, that is heartbreaking. The devastation in Georgia, that's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I
But
just
our
want to know.
president
What,
and our vice president hasn't done a thing about it. They haven't even visited these states. While Trump,
They
who's
actually-
not the sitting president, has visited them.
they actually, there's nothing that they can do if they visit those states. They're not going to be able to do much, but they did send all of the aid over to those states. And I live in Georgia. Our governor, who's a Republican governor, Kemp, he said that he's gotten all the aid that he wants and he doesn't need anymore, as well as Purdue. Our senators have said we don't need anything more. Virginia has said that they've gotten all the aid they need and they don't need anything more. There's not, all they can do is send them aid. Them going there themselves is good, and it's helpful to get a photo op and everything, but in reality it doesn't actually do anything for those people.
It's not just a photo op. And Trump is not going to do it for just a photo op.
What do you mean a photo op?
I'm saying that if they go there, they're not actually able to do anything themselves. Like them being there in person, I don't think would actually help those people. But it does give them the ability to take a picture there and say, "Hey, I'm here and I care about these people a lot, and I'm doing a whole lot." But they're not, like, in reality, they're not really doing anything. They're just there, right?
But that's what these people need. These people need compassion. They also need help. But they need to know that our president is standing behind them. He's making an appearance to support them in person. He's handing out food, but this ain't Biden and Kamala doing this. This is Trump doing this. It makes a difference with the American people. These people care about us. They care enough to bring themselves to our states. That's what it's saying.
And it shows unity, and it shows that they care. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with caring?
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying that it doesn't actually do a whole lot of help. Like, what people do need, they need food, they need somewhere to sleep.
It does. Maybe in your eyes it doesn't, but in our eyes it does, because it shows a lot of compassion, caring, unity, and that he actually cares about the American people, and he puts them first, not Kamala and Biden.
Hey, Tom.
Trump puts the American people first, and we just saw that with our own two eyes.
Fair enough. Are you guys in one of the states that were hit by the hurricane?
Trump puts his people first.
Yes, my father lives in Greensboro, and NC has not received any funding.
That's not true. They have received funding.
The only state that needs it.
I was literally just watching FEMA cleaning up in North Carolina.
Trump put up $25 million for the hurricane victims.
Yes, he did.
Yes, but FEMA is a government organization. There's tons of government organizations that are currently there. I was just watching them. They're cleaning up by the
Tom. There's old money, Tom.
What information do you have? Because I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, do you want like No, I live in Georgia. We were also hit by the
you're
hurricane.
In Georgia? And I know you guys got hit pretty bad. So what's going on with that? Have they helped you guys in any way? Food, anything?
Yeah, same. So like as I said, like our governor was just on TV saying that he already spoke to the president, that the president's on his way to North Carolina right now, and that he already spoke to him, and that Georgia has received all the aid and help that it needs, and that they don't need any more help, that they are totally full on all of the food and aid that they could possibly want.
I just spoke, the president just called me yesterday afternoon. I missed him and called him right back. And he just said, hey, what do you need? And I told him, you know, we got what we need. We'll work through the federal process. He offered that if there's other things we need, just to call him directly, which I appreciate that. But
incredibly appreciative of the rapid response and the cooperation from the federal team at FEMA. I've been on the phone over the weekends with the senior FEMA administrator. The team has been deployed. We had our declaration of emergency processed in an expedited way over the weekend and was finalized yesterday.
Florida, we have it handled. We got approved for the individual assistance things we've wanted. We have what we need. Now, obviously, there may be additional things that we'll ask for in the future. It depends on how things shake out. But I think most of the effort should be in Western North Carolina right now.
And that any other extra aid should be sent to North Carolina. Virginia also said that they have gotten all the aid that they could possibly need, and that they're also, like, you know, they're perfect right now, that any other aid should be sent to North Carolina.
All that help came from a Trump. All that help, the FEMA, the supplies, the gas, all that came from Trump.
So why did the Republican Governor Kemp say, Georgia's Republican Governor Kemp said that Biden sent them all the aid that they could need? Why did he say that?
Why would he
might have sent them aid, Trump put that money in place.
Why would he say that there's nothing more that he can do on TV? He said there's nothing more that we can do.
Wait,
after giving all that money to Ukraine.
No, he said he wasn't.
Hold on. Did he not say that?
Yes, and I'm saying Kemp also said that. Kemp also, our Georgia governor, also said there's nothing more they can do. We don't need anything else.
How much did he apply for? Yeah, how much did he apply for?
He's all of a sudden changed his mind and then decided he wants to help?
No, I'm saying that they already did it. He's saying there's nothing more we can do, which means they already did some, and more means more on top of that, right? So it means they already did a lot, and that there's nothing more they can do because the governor of our state has already said that they don't need any more help. So there's literally nothing more they can do.
Yeah, how much did he apply for?
Okay, so he said he could do nothing more he could do because all the billions of dollars that could have helped the U.S. citizens went to Ukraine and all the other places.
No, he's saying that we have all of the help. Why do you keep ignoring everything I'm saying? I'm saying that our Republican Governor Kemp said he already got all of the help from the federal government.
Right. I'm just trying to understand. That's all.
But your question ignores the fact that the Republican Governor Kemp has already said we got all the help we need. And then you responded by saying, oh, is that because it all got sent to Ukraine? No, obviously not. It didn't all get sent to Ukraine. Obviously, what we needed got sent here to Georgia for us. We got it.
I want to say this.
How much did he apply for, man?
I survived a bunch of hurricanes, and I've seen the government speak, and I have never heard any government turn down any help. I have never heard of that. I have never heard a government say, we don't need no more help. So I can't see any government say, we don't need no more, don't send none more.
I mean, you understand that, like, there's only so much that they can do and only so much cleanup that they can do. And especially when there's other states that have been hit worse, they need more resources. But if we're going to, like, to talk about, like, people who aren't we don't think that, like, you know, Biden cares enough because maybe he hasn't sent enough help. Do you know that, like, Trump literally refused to send aids to some states because of they were Democrat states? Do you know this?
Oh. Nice try, dude.
I don't know what you
Trump said.
no, he did not.
No, hold on,
I doubt
Trump said
that.
he
I
did.
seriously
No,
doubt
Trump.
that.
I can send you a video of
doubt
Trump
that.
saying, "I am not sending aid to California because they have not been good to me." I can send you a video of him saying it himself.
The Trump administration has rejected California's request for wildfire relief funds. Our Phil Blauer is here now with more on what this means.
Well, Kathleen, those funds were used for 6 recent fires, including our own Valley Fire in the East County, as well as LA County's Bobcat Fire, San Bernardino County's El Dorado Fire, and of course the Creek Fire still burning up in Fresno and Madera County.
Trump also said he would withhold federal firefighting aid to California once he's in the White House.
Gavin Newsom is going to sign those papers, and if he doesn't sign those papers, we won't give him money to put out all his fires. And if we don't give him the money to put out his fires, he's got problems. He's a lousy governor.
Later in the day, California professional firefighters put out this statement saying, "It is shocking that we have a presidential candidate who is threatening our public safety and doesn't even care what the consequences are to firefighters and the public."
Yeah, I wouldn't go to California anyway.
Look at what you
Why
know.
would
What?
it go to California?
You know what,
Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah, why would it be going to
But I don't
California?
blame him for after the way the Democrats have treated him. So he has every right to make
But do
that
you
choice.
realize that just a second ago that was so egregious that you wouldn't believe that it actually happened, and you were talking about how, like, Biden doesn't care about anybody, but
Well,
we're
yeah,
talking about
where is
Republican
Joe
states
Biden?
right now.
Where
But then
is
as soon
Joe
as I
Biden?
tell you that
I
it definitely
haven't
happened and I can show you a video, you
Where-
flipped very
I
quickly
don't
saying,
blame
"Oh yeah, of course."
Hey, host.
Where was Joe Biden? Why didn't he go to Georgia?
What is he? What do you want him to do in Georgia? What would you like him to do there,
Bro?
What would you like him to do in Georgia?
Reunite the
Tom.
country and give
He fell
the
off the coconut
people of
tree.
Georgia
Absolutely
confidence.
did. I think he
That's
did it.
crazy, bro. Tom,
I'm in Georgia.
I'm from South
I don't
Florida,
want Biden
bro.
here.
I'm from South
I'm in
Florida,
Georgia.
dude. We
Okay.
fucking get hit with hurricanes every single year. And you know what comes? And who comes down here? The presidents come down here. Every president, bro. Trump, Biden, all of them. Bush. And that man has never came here.
Right.
What do you want him to do? I don't know.
On the beach. I mean,
It's not about him doing something, bro. It's the mindset that he brings that help is coming. These people are fucking vulnerable, dude.
Wait, but I'm saying, wait, hold on. You're talking about symbolism. You're talking about symbolism of help coming. I'm talking about real help coming. Okay, you want to talk about symbolism and something that's like very like it is something that's like very meaningful to you. I live in Georgia. Like I said, we have hurricanes here, and we also have damage. We have a bunch of problems, but I don't care about somebody saying like somebody coming and giving me like a bunch of photo ops. I want them to actually send real
this
help.
isn't photo ops, dude.
$25 million. That's help. 25
I want
million.
you to, bro.
passing out products and supporting the volunteers. Yeah.
Exactly, Gary.
The thing no one here is understanding, besides tomfoolery, is that the help was there. These things were implemented. You guys are criticizing the Biden-Harris administration for not doing anything or not actually producing any like helpful outcome. And it's cognitive dissonance. You guys are brainwashed. I hope you guys like all go back into the woodwork after he loses in November.
Oh wow! I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro. It's just like FEMA fucking.
Everything tomfoolery said was true. Kemp said on national television, "We have all the help we need."
You know why?
You can go find these
You
videos.
want to know why? Volunteers like Franklin Graham and Donald Trump.
And hold on. Trump made a GoFundMe for these victims to help them out as well.
Okay, but that's not what your argument was. Your argument was
if they're doing all that, if they're giving them all the help they need, why is he doing a GoFundMe for them then?
that wasn't your argument. I don't care
Nobody
about
knows why.
The argument is Joe Biden. He doesn't know what he's doing. He should have been there. Now he's getting pressure to go to North Carolina. I guarantee if he wants to get any pressure, he would not go to North Carolina.
I have a question. Can I
The thing about it is, a president's supposed to go to these states that's been affected. Kamala was not there. She was doing campaigning Biden did not go down there. These people did not need to know, like I said before, they need to know that their presidents care about them, not just doing
Okay,
this
Victoria
and
had a
doing that.
question.
Show your presence.
You can giggle, but
I just have a question for the picture of this live, I guess. How do you fire somebody from a job they don't have yet?
But I don't think he's a good dude. And you know,
she's never going to be hired, so that's why we're saying she's fired.
If we're going to talk about who got fired, it would be Trump. I mean, he was president, he ran again, he lost. Like he got
he
fired.
lost both the popular votes.
We're not doing that.
Dude, what administration is in charge right now? Yeah,
Biden Harris one. Very simple question.
I'm not going to bash my president.
Biden is the president. Kamala is not. The VP and the president have exclusively different roles.
Okay, and unfortunately, your fucking guy can't even walk, so they have to put him down.
He is going to be our 47th president, so let's have respect for him.
So supposedly,
he seemed to do just fine when he was talking to all these like governors from all these states, getting them the aid they needed.
Yes,
you can laugh.
I don't know why you guys keep you guys keep laughing at this, but you have no evidence that they didn't get the aid that they need. Yet you keep repeating that as though you think that's true.
Here.
Bro, because
tomfoolery. Your evidence is the orange man saying a straight up lie.
Yeah,
how long, bro? How long did
I'm gonna repeat it because he said it first.
How long did FEMA withhold our funds in Florida, bro? During Isaac.
Orange man one more time, and you're going to be fired.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, I'll just call him a convicted felon for.
We're just calling you woman Kamala.
He is a convicted felon.
No,
34 counts.
Yes, he is.
Falsifying business records. Falsifying business records.
The reason somebody has a sentencing hearing is because they're convicted. Like that doesn't take.
They don't understand that.
No, not in New York law.
Cognitive dissonance.
Hold on. Let me just stop this real quick. Hold on. To you people that think he's a convicted felon, can the judge overthrow?
It's not allegedly.
Hold on. Can the judge overthrow the jury's verdict?
Yes.
Then shut the fuck up.
I don't think that's how it is, but okay.
Y'all don't even understand the fucking judicial system.
Until you're sentenced in the state of New York.
They already read it.
Yeah.
It would violate the Fifth Amendment for the judge to be able to overturn it.
You guys probably think that Eugene Carroll shit that he was charged with that too, right?
No, it's actually not a charge. It's found civilly liable.
Yes, civilly liable, meaning that they couldn't come to a verdict of being guilty or not.
No, it's not guilty. It's civil cases, dude. It's
no, liability,
from
being liable in a civil court is understanding that they cannot be found guilty or non-guilty. So they're liable.
No, it's not.
Yes, liable for the actions he committed.
No, they don't understand what the fuck liable is, dude.
That's his court. He has his court.
He's been drinking that Democrat.
You can say, like, you guys can say all these things, no matter, like, how much you dislike the facts, but everyone else knows you're in a cult and you are actually lying about almost everything.
Liable literally means to be held responsible by law.
All right.
Yes,
they're not going to hold him liable if he didn't do it, if there wasn't substantial evidence that he did it.
They cannot come to an agreement of either being guilty or not
No,
guilty.
it doesn't.
No, it's a different, it's preponderance of evidence.
No, that's not what being held liable means.
Yes, it is. This is why it's in a civil case.
Can I, yes, let me just explain real quick. There's a difference between a criminal case and a civil case. A civil case means that another citizen is like suing you for damages or something like that.
I could bring Victoria to civil case tomorrow.
A criminal case means that the state is filing charges against you. These are totally separate things. You can't be found guilty in a civil case where another citizen is just suing you.
Being forced to pay, that's them finding.
Hold on. This is the problem. What's wrong with the left-hand side, bro? The left side operates off emotion, and when you operate off emotion,
hilarious.
Hold on. When you operate off emotion, you are vulnerable. And vulnerability is the easiest to manipulate.
You're the only one here screaming at people.
I'm not screaming. I'm just close to my phone.
Here's the question.
You're the one who's wrong on this.
Over him. Shut the fuck up.
Like, it's not hard to see.
I got a question for the Democrats.
You guys, I believe the host was speaking. Y'all gotta hold up.
So yeah, but you're not going to talk over people and fuck.
Destroying my country, so I have every right to be disrespectful.
No, you all are destroying it.
You're destroying the country. So you shut the fuck up.
Let the host speak, y'all.
You're
This
all
is her live.
snowflakes. You're all
Host,
snowflakes.
I think you need to mute
Bye
this people. Mute these people,
Bye
host.
bye.
You're fired. Bye bye.
Wow.
See,
That guy has no balls.
I just got kicked again. These people, every time I go on a fucking Republican show, they kick me every time, over and over and over. They always kick me. I don't know what this is, dude. I just got back on and they kicked me again. I don't know what. These people are such snowflakes. Every time they all kick me, dude. This is so annoying.
It's working on the borders. Where I personally know somebody that works in the border, and he's been on vacation for the past 2.5 years, and he was working his ass off in Trump's administration. So don't sit here and tell me that.
I have family in Border Patrol.
And how much vacation have they taken?
Oh, a lot.
Deportation.
I mean, I went on vacation down there, and they hung out with me the whole week.
Y'all,
real quick, I gotta ask a question because I've been trying to ask this for a couple of minutes.
Go ahead,
Leon, just give me just.
Someone mute him.
Find every illegal here in the United States. And let me tell you something. Hispanic.
Leon, you've been telling us a lot of something.
I'm trying to tell y'all something that's true, but you don't want to listen.
No, go ahead,
Well, no,
Leon. Let him finish.
Leon, I'm with you, but I actually I'm trying to understand. So during Trump's administration, everybody takes I do agree that we had a really good economy. A lot of people were making money, but we don't have a whole lot of evidence that came from Trump. Economies don't just flip overnight; those take years to build. And I do know that Obama did a lot of work after the 2008 crisis, where he did a lot of work to get our economy into a good place, and we continued rising after all of the policies that he implemented. But then Trump got into office, and I didn't really see him implement a whole lot of economic policies that would have made a big difference. Yet we give all of the credit to Trump anyways, and I'm not sure what it is that he did.
So how did it turn around? Let me say something. Please. Let me say something before anybody else talk, okay? Trump did a good job on the economy. No doubt about it. He started out with a good economy. Wait a minute. He did a good job on the economy starting out.
How though?
Then, wait a minute. Then COVID hit.
I want an example of what he did.
Then COVID hit. Once COVID hit, that changed the whole game.
Yes, okay? What did he do, Leon? I'm asking for an example of what
if you're going to say that, you got to say C-19, okay?
Good. Well, one of the things he did was brought the jobs back to America where they should be.
How?
All our jobs are outsourced.
How did he do this? From what I saw, a lot of what he did was tariffs actually hurt jobs.
He had prices.
So why did Biden keep that? Why did Biden keep the tariffs?
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was a horrible decision.
COVID hit, that changed the game, like I said. Okay?
Leon.
Yeah.
When you say that, you have to say C-19. You're going to get her live taken down.
Okay, C-19. But anyway.
We love TikTok Shop.
I love it too.
We do know that tons of manufacturing jobs actually were lost during the Trump administration. That there were you are correct that COVID. Leon, come on, man, you gotta let somebody else talk for 2 seconds, man. Just give me a second here, okay? So I agree that he did have a good economy, and there's nothing that he can do about the COVID pandemic. He can't
say that
coming through.
C-19.
C-19.
Okay, sorry, C-19 that he.
We love TikTok Shop.
There's nothing that he could have done about C-19 coming around, and so that I agree with all that, and I would say the same for Biden having to deal with the aftermath of C-19. But I just still don't have great examples of what it is that Trump did that made the economy great. And I do know that currently we have a 2.5% inflation rate currently that Biden has us at to pull us. It was, but again, he had a much easier thing to deal with.
Tom, can I ask you something?
Why did you guys blame Trump for the economy during his terms?
I don't blame Trump for the economy because I know that these things
can I say something? You just did.
Overnight. I'm well aware that it takes 3 to 4 years to actually build an economy.
You just blamed him.
Tom,
you said
can I say
said
something real
was
quick?
a good place, and then you said Trump brought it down. You just blamed Trump. So again, you
No, I
can't
did
talk
not.
both sides.
I did
Yes,
not.
you did.
I did not. Let me correct you. What I said is that Obama had us in a good place, and then I said Trump benefited off that, and then I said then C-19 happened, and there's nothing he could have done to have helped that. That wasn't his fault that C-19 happened. I was very clear that I did not blame him for the economy going down.
All right, I have a question. I have a question for you, Tom. So you're voting for Harris, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when she was a prosecutor, you know what she said?
What it pertaining to what? She probably said a lot of things.
She said that she could ruin lives with a swipe of a pen. You really want that at running our country?
That is true.
I don't know what
that's
policy she has.
You know that's true, right?
That is true.
I can read you about all the ones that she said on the debate stage if you missed the
And
debate.
we can also read you about other things too. Congratulations.
She's saying she doesn't know about any of them, so apparently she didn't.
I got another question. All right, Tomfoolery, I got a good question for you. Hang on. I got a good question for Tom. You're sitting there talking about her policies. On her website that lists her policies, she clearly says Trump's 2025 project on every other paragraph. When it's already been proved that Trump had nothing to do with Project 2025.
Yeah.
And also, she lists the fact that she wants to take away assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. So how can she...
Yeah, so I'll be clear.
Hang on. The point is, how can you...
Hold on. I got to interrupt here for a minute. Tom, did you know the very policy that you guys were accusing Trump of being behind? Guess what? Your co-founder of Project 2025 had just endorsed her under the Heritage Act. Now, explain that one.
Thank you.
I don't know.
How you doing?
I don't know what that. I didn't say anything about that, so I don't know where this. I just real quick. I'm like Republican or conservative by like most of my values. I don't really agree with Democrats on most things, and I'm not on their side. But I do think that Trump lies. I do think that Trump lies incessantly. I do think he attempted a coup. I do think he's responsible for the insurrection. And no, not nearly as much as Trump. Not like
Really?
not,
All right,
not
Tomfoolery,
even,
go back to my question.
I would say Trump
Hang on,
probably
hang
does
on.
it like 10,000 times more.
Oh
But yeah,
my
I do want to
Hang
answer
on,
your question. So
Tomfoolery.
go ahead and ask it again. Yeah.
Every politician's lie.
Here's the thing. On her website, it lists that she wants to take away pew-pews and that Trump is still part of Project 2025. So how can you sit there and vote for a woman that will bold-faced lie to you during a debate? Not just that. They went back the next day and checked half the things she said, and half the things she said during the debate was a bold-faced lie. So how can you vote for somebody that will lie to your face?
So I do want to answer this question.
Let's be fair. Donald Trump lied at the
He
debate.
literally just asked me a question. I got to be able to answer the question without
Sometimes you have to pick the lesser of the two evils.
Everyone mute. Everyone
mute.
mute.
I'm going to pick the lesser of two evils in that, regardless of whether or not Kamala got some things wrong, Trump got 10 times the amount of things wrong during that debate, and literally just lied. Now, two of the things that you brought up, you said one of them were guns, and then the other one was the Project 2025 thing. I don't agree with her on guns, and I don't think. Pew-pews.
We love
I don't
TikTok
agree with her on
shop.
pew-pews, and I don't think that she's. I don't want her to take away pew-pews, but with the Project 2025 stuff, there have been tons. All of the people within Trump's campaign, within his camp, they have worked on Project 2025. They have all said that they are behind Project 2025.
That's
so
true.
while I agree,
That's
Trump
true.
did say that he's not behind it, and he said he's not in favor of it. Everybody else in his campaign said that they are in favor of it. And so my assumption is that he will implement those same things. He's just not going to call it Project 2025.
So Tom, you think the parents should be blamed for the fault of the child? You think the parents should be blamed for the faults of the child?
I don't know what do you
You are just saying, people who worked with him are saying this. Okay, Biden also called Harris incompetent in 2020. So
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not understanding the connection. Can you?
You are literally saying, oh, because people that work for Trump are a part of this. Okay, so Trump must be a part of it. You're literally blaming the child.
No, I'm not saying
and blaming
Trump
the parents for the faults of the
hold
child.
You understand? People within somebody's campaign, the people who are within your cabinet are the people who end up like writing most of the.
So again, you are blaming the
parent
parent for the faults of the child.
You would have to check
You're
Kamala's
ignoring my answer.
people, too.
You just ignored my answer completely and just repeated your statement.
Trump is surrounding himself by writers and people.
So my answer is that the people who are within your campaign and within your camp, those are the people who are going to be writing most of the policies and doing most of the work on what it is you're going to implement. And so when the people who are going to be doing those things are the ones who are running around saying that, yes, we all support Project 2025, that is not me saying that the child is, the parent's responsible for the child or anything like that. I'm saying the people who are going to do this are responsible as the people who are going to do this. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so again, why is Trump responsible for their actions?
Because he put those people in power. He's putting them in cabinets.
Please listen to. You heard my answer? You have to have heard my answer. Please.
I heard your answer, but again, why should Trump be blamed for their actions? Let me ask you this real quick. You keep on trying to cut me off. Let me finish my question.
Answer, I don't know. I can't tell you what. I can't give you another answer. It's going to be the same answer every time you ask the same question. So I don't know.
Okay, Tom. There's a reason why your last name is Foolery. Okay, so listen, real quick. You are literally saying because Trump put certain people in power, he should be responsible for every action they take after that. That's all you're saying right now.
I'm not saying it. No, I'm not.
You are exactly saying that.
I literally just explained how I'm not doing it. I don't know why you can't listen to the words that I'm saying and respond to that. It's not that difficult. It's actually very simple. I said it 3 times for you. Why can't you respond to that? Can you please just take a shot? Just give it your best shot. Don't repeat yourself. Just give it your best shot and just pretend like you're responding to it this time.
So you saying
give it a shot.
They'd be saying like the Democrats right now, a lot of Democrats are getting arrested for being crooks, involved in all shit. So that makes Harris and Biden guilty.
What are you talking about?
The mayor of New York just got arrested. I don't have a bunch of names, but I can see a bunch of mayors.
He got arrested for corruption.
His name is Eric Adams. His name is Eric Adams.
He's not under the Biden-Harris administration. He's a Democrat who is the governor of New York. What is that? That doesn't have anything to do with it. We're talking about Trump.
Nothing to do with Trump. Biden.
No, but we're talking about Trump has put people
work directly for Trump and people who Trump pays, people who Trump hired.
J.D. Vance is a
Kamala Harris and Joe
co-author
Biden
of
did not hire the mayor of New York. He was elected.
That has nothing to do with Trump. Biden.
But J.D. Vance is a co-author of Project 2025. Right.
J.D. Vance is a part of Project 2025.
Exactly.
You guys can't have it both ways. You guys are saying Harris shouldn't be blamed because she's VP. Vance is going to be a VP candidate right here. You can't have it both ways. So either accept that VPs actually can do stuff or don't. You can't have it both ways.
Absolutely. They're only given power by the president. Like whatever it is that the president gives them. Because like before recently, VPs didn't do anything.
So are you going to say that Harris had no power during Biden's administration?
Harris does have power.
Wait, I didn't
say that. Okay, then she take the blame
Harris
for stuff that's happening right now during this administration.
Who said that she didn't have any power? Who said that?
He has the power when it comes to voting in the Senate. Okay.
Exactly. So then why are you guys being advanced in this then?
Who said Kamala didn't have any power? Who said
as vice president?
He hasn't done anything.
Who said Kamala Harris didn't have any power? Can I get an answer to this, please? Who said Kamala Harris didn't have any power? Can we get an answer?
She don't have no power.
Who said this?
She don't have
Who
no
said
power.
Well, I know she hasn't done anything for us.
In the Senate.
He has though.
In the Senate.
He has though.
That's it.
See, Tom Leon is saying she has no power.
What other power does she have?
I don't.
The shadow party.
Again, that's your thoughts. That's no actual facts.
In a vote in the Senate. That's it.
She has no brains.
Again, that's what she thinks. She's a lawyer. She's been a district attorney. I mean, I don't know what else you want from her.
What about morals?
I want her to do something. She hasn't done anything in 4 years. Now she's going to start.
Okay, but let me ask you.
She was a vice president. So
but she didn't do anything.
Congress.gov and let them know her success rate.
No, thanks for a minute.
So she only does things that Biden tells her to do, but she did do a bunch of different things. What
did she do?
Wait, okay, so when you guys call her the border czar, pretending that she's responsible for people crossing the border, she actually wasn't responsible for people crossing the border at all. She was
He called the border secure in 21, 22, and 23.
Over me the whole time.
It's a border czar.
What she was not, yeah. So she was not the border czar. She was but she was in charge of going to other countries and working with those countries, like in Guatemala and in Mexico, and work problems with cartels and drug infested issues, and so they.
Oh, so help other countries believe us to rock.
Millions of dollars funneled over there to try to help them, so that less people are leaving their countries and coming to our country.
Exactly.
Never went to the border.
Okay, and let me ask you this. In 21, 22, and 23, did she say the border was secure?
It's not her job to go to the border. It's the president's job to go to the border.
I literally just explained that she had nothing to do with the border. She was in charge of going to other countries.
Then why in 21, 22, and 23 did she say the border was secure?
You have not done your research, Tom.
I have done my research. I guarantee you I have done my research on this.
He done his
research. Her borders are March the 24th of 2021. Go look it up.
She was not border
Yes, I did look it up, actually. I have the transcript right in front of me, and it actually does not say borders are anywhere in this entire. It does not say. I'm looking at the conversation right here.
2021. Go look it up.
I don't know why you're yelling over me. I already heard you the first 4 times.
I can't hear because it's loud. I can't hear.
Okay, so
and I gotta get my point across because people talk over me.
Let one person talk.
Okay, so I heard you, and they did on that day have a meeting where they all started. So they did have a meeting where they had a press conference where they all talked about what it was that her assignments were. Border czar was never mentioned in that entire conversation, but they did say that she was in charge of going to other countries and working with those leaders in Central America. But they never said the word border czar once.
If she had nothing to do with the border, why again in 2021, 2022, and 2023 did she say the border was secure?
Thank you.
That's
just because we have more people coming
whether or
in.
not the border is secure without being
And yet in 2024, she blames Trump for a bad border.
Hold on, I need an answer to this.
You know that she was
I just need like a really clear answer to this. Yes or no? You guys do understand that she can make statements about the border without being in charge of the border? Yes or no?
In 2024, she blames Trump for the border.
Yes.
Can I get an answer to my question real quick? Can you guys, you do understand that she does not have to be in charge of the border in order to make a statement as to whether or not it is secure? Yes or no?
So you admit she lied then?
Can you answer the question? Can you answer the question real quick?
Say that?
She does not have to be in charge of the border.
Okay, then Tom, why in 2021 to 2023 she said the border is secure, and in 2024 she blamed Trump?
Please just answer the question. Stop asking me a new one. I'll answer it right after you answer this one. You do understand that she does not have to be in charge of the border in order to make a statement about whether or not it's secure, correct?
It's the same question.
Can I ask something?
Okay, so you're not able to answer the question. I don't know how I can answer yours if you're not going to answer mine.
Tom, I just want to ask something real quick. If she was in charge of other countries, was Mexico not included in other countries?
No.
She was not in charge of those other countries. She was in charge of working with the leaders.
Well,
in those
working
other
with the
countries.
leaders. She didn't.
Yeah, specifically Central
Mexico is
America.
one of those countries, correct? Yes.
And hold on. Let me just say this, okay? What he's saying is true. She wasn't in charge of the border. She was in charge of going to other countries and talking with their leaders to find different ways to keep people in their country and keep them from coming to the United States.
So who was
and one of the countries? Let me finish. One of the countries that she went to was Costa Rica, and more people have left here and went back to Costa Rica because they figured out how to create more jobs, get rid of all the people that these cartel people, and
I'll have to check with my sources.
That's one reason why people are going back to Costa Rica.
If what you're saying is true, why is it the Hispanic voters for the Republican Party is the highest it's been in the past 12 years?
Exactly.
My family.
I can tell you because I work with them.
I
What
can
does that
tell
have to
you
do?
about
What does that have to do with anything?
You're talking,
What does that
you're
have to do with
talking about
anything
the
that we
ones
just said
from
about whether or not she's in
Guatemala
charge of the border?
and the ones
Again,
from
you're
Mexico.
saying this, but again, you're skipping over the fact of you're saying she had no power over the border, yet she lied
she
in
did.
saying the first 3 years the border is secure, and then when all of a sudden everyone's
Yes,
pointing saying
because
it's not secure, she said actually it's Trump's fault 4 years after
I'm
Because
he lied
sorry.
about this.
Biden
I
said
don't
the
know why
border
you just
was
moved to
secure
something
and
else.
she
You just asked
announced it.
why people,
Was
why
the
Hispanic
same
voters
question.
are voting. Hold on.
Tom, there's a reason your last name is
I know.
Foolery. It was the same question.
I understand. I'm trying to clarify. I'm not understanding. You just said a second ago.
You don't understand.
Said, then why are Hispanic voters voting for Kamala Harris? And then when I said, what
Not
does that
voting
have
for
to do with
Kamala
her
Harris.
being
Again,
in charge of the
Republican
border?
right now we're looking at 48% to 52%.
Yeah, so then when I said, what does that have to do with her, with
Hispanic
voters? What does that have to
It's
do with
because legal
the
immigrants
border?
support Trump.
Yes.
Right,
I'm
and I'm
Hispanic.
asking, and so I'm asking, what, like, when I asked what that had to do with the border, you moved to like whether
Simple.
or not you.
Again, I'll ask this one more time because again, I understand your last name. You may be a little slow, so I'll slow it down for
correct,
you.
Thank you.
3 years, she said the border was secure, and you say she has no power over it. Then why in the 4th year, when the whole world pointed at Biden and Harris and said, you've lied, the border is not secure, she said, but it's Trump's fault.
Yeah, what about the border isn't secure?
Wait,
though?
did she say the border wasn't? She
It's
said it was
wide
Trump's fault
open.
that the border wasn't
It's
secure.
not wide open.
It is. I just came from down there. I filmed it. I have video.
It's not wide
When
open.
did she say
The
that it
fence
was
is
Trump's fault that the
gone.
border wasn't secure?
What do you mean the
When did
fence
this
is
happen?
gone? The
It's
fence
I
is
love now how he's
gone.
jumping to a different topic.
They dismantled it. The Hispanic people on the other side dismantled it and used it to build their homes. I just came from
Tom?
I don't know how to upload a video to somebody else's account, but I would love to.
You know,
Can I interject?
I gotta tell the Democrats something. Unless you're physically there to see this with your own 2 eyes to witness, zip your mouth and stop lying.
Thank you.
I work with immigrants.
I do know that Harris blamed Trump for the fact that the border bill didn't get passed, which was Trump's fault. That it was a Republican written and sponsored bill. It was bipartisan, but it was mostly written and sponsored by Republicans. And then when it went to the House to vote, Trump put out a message on Truth Social that said, don't vote for this thing. And all of a sudden, all of the Republicans that supported this the entire time and had been complaining about the border the entire time, all of a sudden didn't want to vote for this bill anymore. It was only Democrats that were voting for it.
What else was in that bill?
Thank you.
Are you talking about
if you guys are going to bring up Ukrainian money and Israel money, Republicans voted more. They voted for more money after the bill. They voted for more money, so that's not an excuse for why they didn't vote for this one, because they still voted for that money somewhere else.
There's a perfect excuse why they didn't.
I've been listening this entire time. Let me make a statement.
I have a question for you.
Let him talk. He hasn't
Chris
said
talk.
anything. Let him talk.
I got a question for you. Did you get a stimulus check?
During COVID, yeah, or C-19, yes.
Okay, so
Everybody got a
what's
stimulus
the
check
problem?
during C-19.
See, the problem is the Democrats didn't start hating on Trump until he started running, but y'all loved him for them stimulus checks, though.
I did not like Trump either way.
I don't know what
But
that.
you still
I don't know what that is.
like him,
I'm not gonna say.
you're saying
I'm not gonna say.
I didn't like him when he ran in 2016. I'm not a Democrat. I was a Republican, and I didn't vote for him because I didn't like him then, and I don't like him now. It's not. The stimulus check didn't have anything to do with it.
So
What's going on by
what
Congress?
you guys are saying he didn't have a heart, but you guys went out and cashed him checks so proudly, and we're glad.
Yeah, that's not his money. That's my money. What do you mean? That's not his money. That's my money. That has nothing to do with his heart. It has nothing to do with his heart. That's my money. Yes, of course.
One at a time, please. Let her speak. Let her speak.
Tom, it was not your money. It was Trump's money.
It was not Trump's money. That's my money.
It was
That's taxpayer money. I pay taxes.
money.
He gave me my money from my taxes.
Yeah,
Congress
it was tax
voted.
money. He's right.
Nope.
It's tax money. It's
Sorry,
tax money.
that did not come out of Trump's pocket. I don't know if you guys think it
Taxpayers'
did, but
money
it
when
did not.
nobody was working, nobody had a job since during
Because of
C-19.
the
I had a
amount of
job the
money that's
entire
in the
time.
budget
I worked
already.
the whole way through
Hold on, guys.
C-19,
Do
so I
this
don't know what you're talking
I
about.
got a reason behind this. Go ahead. What?
The money
I work-
is already in the budget that he gave out.
Yes,
That
correct.
tax money was already there.
Correct.
It's not
That
none
money was
of
already
Trump's
budgeted.
money. That money didn't come out of Trump's pocket. Because if it came out of Trump's
I was
pocket,
just quizzing.
Trump
Hold
would
on,
be a
Leon.
broke man
Leon.
terribly today.
Leon, hold on.
No, I have a few important points.
I love how Leon thinks he's the one that's in charge.
Exactly.
I'm not in charge.
Well, you acting like you're.
So shut up.
I was just quizzing. I was just quizzing to see if he'd actually know where it came from. But I know it came from taxpayers' money. But I was just quizzing to see.
Okay.
I had a question for
I don't know.
So you said,
I want to back
you said
Hold on.
Trump had a good heart because you were quizzing me to see if
I have
we knew
been
where the
waiting
money
quite a
came
while.
from.
I want to respond to a couple things that Tom
All right,
said.
sorry, go ahead.
Yep, I was.
So, number one, you brought up what was in the bill, or the Republicans, or it was Trump's fault that they did not pass the border bill. And I asked you what was in the bill. And my point of asking that is because you're bringing up, it's a one-sided point. You can argue on both sides, Democrat and Republican, on why they're playing political games with the bills when you look at the content of these bills. So when you're going to point to one side, you have to be fair. Both sides play political games with the jargon with the 900-page bills. That's not a political stance you should take because both sides do it. And that kind of takes me to my other point. When you're talking about guilty by association, that's also not a fair or valid point to make. If you want to talk about guilty by association.
I didn't do guilt by association. I did not
You
do
were
guilt by
mentioning-
association.
Hey, Tom, it's called patience. Let him finish his thought.
Let me finish what I'm saying. So you attributed the co-writers of Project 25 to Donald Trump. You're saying that they were in his cabinet and those are the people going to make the decisions. Now, let me finish.
Tom,
Let me
I coach
finish.
5-year-olds who have more patience than you. Shut up.
I'm correcting
I've been
a
waiting
misstatement.
very
So
patiently.
if
I've
he
been
wants to
listening
make
for
an
the last
argument against
hour.
something I never
Tom,
said,
you make
I
mistakes
guess
every
that's
time you open your
fine,
mouth.
but
So again,
You did
shush.
say that.
I
You
didn't say
attributed-
these
you
things,
attributed-
so
You'll have
I
the
did not
chance
do
to
this.
respond in a minute.
Tom, you said verbatim that people in Trump's cabinet are the people that co-sponsored Project 2025, and they're going to be making the decisions. Did I hear you, or did I not hear you say that?
Correct. People in Trump's
Okay.
cabinet. Thank you. Somebody was listening. I didn't say Trump. I said people in Trump's cabinet. Thank God there was a person listening. I'm so glad we got you, buddy.
We
Thank
all
you for
heard
being
it.
here.
What you're saying, what you're saying is those people are going to make policy decisions. You were that argument was against Trump. You were saying Trump was making those decisions by proxy through those people. My point is,
Well, I said-
Trump is also surrounding himself with people like RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, that are former Democrats. So my whole point of this is guilty by association or appeal by association, and the same argument can be made with the former the Heritage Foundation supporting Kamala Harris. I think both of those are weak arguments simply because it's an appeal by association. And you cannot make that appeal by association. It's a very poor political argument.
Okay.
It can be made on both sides.
I'm not making guilt by association. I'm saying the people who will be writing these policies are the people that I'm blaming, and they are.
And what
Trump's
is the premise
camp.
of that
If Trump
argument?
wins, and so if Trump, that's not guilt by association. This is saying I'm talking about
assumption.
those people who
It
are
is
part of
guilt
his
by
camp,
association.
and if he wins,
It's an
they are
assumption.
the people who are going to. It's not an
That
assumption.
is
They've
not
already
an
said that they're
assumption.
going to do this. They've already
Oh,
said
no,
it.
you guys,
It's not an
no, guys, it's
assumption.
okay.
They have
Tom knows
said
exactly what Trump's gonna do.
JD Vance
Trump.
has said that he's no, hold on. I kept getting in trouble for interrupting.
Go ahead,
but
Tom.
I just want to finish this. JD Vance and other people within his camp have said numerous times that yes, they do support it, and that yes, they do want to implement these things. So I'm not making an assumption. I'm repeating what they have said verbatim.
So my question is then, if you're going to, that's your assumption that Trump is going to install those policies. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if JD Vance has come out and said it, but Trump has come out and denounced 2025, if the VP, by your argument, based on your premise of your argument that Kamala Harris does not have power, JD Vance has no power over those policies. So what's the premise of the argument? You're still trying to blame Trump or pin Trump's decision making assumptions on what he's associated with, what people are previously in his cabinet.
Good point.
So I agree with you. I did say JD Vance. So I can get to like about 15 other names if you'd like me to. There's a ton of people within his camp. There's also video
So he's
of
being
people
completely
with
ignore the
Heritage
fact that again
Foundation.
he's associating.
There's also again, this is not associating.
These
I'm
are
saying
all
the
people that
who
Trump
are-
handpicked to have in his cabinet.
Yes,
Come on,
I'm saying
boy.
yes, the people
What
who
book are they gonna
to help him write policies. hold on. I'm saying the people who he picks to help him write policies are the people who I'm going to look to decide what policies are going to actually get implemented. And that we can go and look at tons of people in there, but also, yes, we can also look at the videos with the Heritage Foundation where they are saying we are constantly in contact with Trump's campaign, advising them on what it is that they should say based on Project 2025. So I don't think, I agree he has said that he didn't support Project 2025, but I also know that when I go over what it is, the policies that he said he supports, a ton of them are in Project 2025. It doesn't seem like there's anything specific
let me ask
that he disagrees with Project 2025 on.
I want to expand on that and maybe move the conversation. We might agree to disagree on the guilt by association, but I do have a question, and maybe anybody else on the panel. When you're looking through Project 2025 and you've read through Project 2025, any of the policies that Trump supports that you say was within, according to your argument, within Project 2025, can you explain to me exactly which ones are extremely radical that have such problems for the Democrats, since they keep referencing 2025, even though it's completely irrelevant to the Trump campaign?
Ending funding for federal funding for schools.
Okay, so that's a policy you think is radical?
That is extremely radical. That gives rid of aid for a lot of kids who need it, especially kids with disabilities, kids that need food. I mean, that's extremely radical.
You don't think that that's a state's responsibility to fund those schools?
No. States can't handle that. That would raise taxes, estate taxes, incredibly. And then you have to think about the places that can afford taxes, where it's based off of housing and things like that. You're going to have schools that already have been gerrymandered to have very, very nice schools that can afford it. And then you have schools that have kids that can't afford it. Are going to have such a struggle.
Well, that's even more reason to support private schools and school choice.
No, that's again.
Think about the party that keeps on saying that you guys want less government involved in your lives, yet you guys are now wanting more government involved in your schooling.
Right. Again, the federal government does not do anything with curriculum whatsoever. They just give aid so that we can have kids that go in who might have a learning disability or
education would disagree.
Say again? Wait. You can't just say you disagree. That's a true fact. Every state has their own curriculum.
The Department of Education would disagree with you.
Hold on. There's a middle ground here. The Department of Education does have some aspects where they say you have to have these in order to get federal funding, but they cannot force schools to have those part of their curriculum. So every state decides their own curriculum. But if they don't have specific aspects,
the federal government has no say. That's not true.
So it's kind of both.
Well, color me radical because I believe in the abolishment of the education, the Board of Education.
That's
they also want
send
to
it
get
back
rid
to
of
the
like
states. Let them legislate it.
Hey, let me tell you, he said the same thing about Donald Trump said the same thing about abortion, right? Let the states handle it, okay? But yet,
exactly.
You know what he did?
You remove the federal element
he put the people on the Supreme Court that he wanted to get rid of Roe versus Wade, okay? So now he's going to say, wait a minute,
you don't put someone on the Supreme Court as president. No, you don't put someone on the Supreme Court as president.
The states handle it. The states ain't going to handle it like talking about, because now, because you got these Republicans in these states, they want to do away with abortion.
Follow up on that. Why did the administration that's currently in place not codify Roe v. Wade if it's that important of a topic?
Thank you.
Because they'll get it changed once the Supreme Court is changed.
That doesn't answer the question.
Why?
They spent how many years? 3.5 years. They spent 3.5 years and they refused to codify it. They could have codified it at any time, and they refused to codify Roe v. Wade.
Especially when they had a House and Senate. Totally, they had all three branches. Why didn't they codify it then? They're just using it as an excuse for the election. That's all they do.
Why are you guys voting? Why are you guys voting for? You guys are voting for late-term abortion.
Thank you.
That's not true.
Okay,
it's just 22 weeks.
Nobody actually supports late-term abortion, but
hold
on. Kamala Harris does.
Hold on, let me correct you on that, Tom. It is 34 weeks. It is 34 weeks.
It's 22.
Hold on, can you tell me where Kamala has ever said that she supports abortion up to 34 weeks?
34. I didn't say she said that. The abortion cutoff is at 34 weeks, which makes the child 8 months old, which is a lot. The baby is.
Yeah, because my daughter. Hang
I don't
on.
know about where y'all live, but in Virginia, it's 6 weeks.
Yeah, I did want to answer the question about the Project 2025. Some of the more radical things in there are
That's
things
Virginia,
about.
Leon. That's not in every state, by the way. And we actually have it on video that a female called and said she was 32 weeks, and the clinic says, well, you're just right at the cutoff line because the cutoff line is at 34 weeks.
Like
the one I saw said 34.
I don't know what state y'all live in, but here in Virginia is 6
Missouri
weeks.
Trucker. Missouri
So
Trucker.
congratulations, Leon. Your state is different than anyone else's.
That's the Missouri Trucker question. Missouri Trucker.
Hang on, guys. What, Faith?
What did you just say? How many weeks?
I saw a video. The girl. Hang on, Leon. Hang on, Leon. I saw a video. The girl called in and told him, I'm 34 weeks. And they was going to do an abortion on her. My daughter had a... wait a minute, Leon. My daughter had a baby at 30...
What? You muted yourself, bud.
Y'all need to look up. Y'all need to do your research. It's 34 weeks.
It's not.
Not in your state, but in other states, it's 34 weeks.
Again, that's why we need to be federally agreeing so that we're all on the same page.
Okay,
I get, but yeah, the other things I did want to answer the question about the Project 2025, where they
it is 34 weeks, and that's under the Republican Party, not Democratic Party.
Wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are. You guys
are voting in those states. They are voting. Come election time, they are voting on the abortion bill in those states.
Okay, so let me get this. Trump wants to ban abortions, but you guys want to continue the abortion so that people can get abortions at 34 weeks. What?
Trump never said that. Trump has never denounced.
To get an abortion. I want women to have babies.
It up to the state.
But I can't control what a woman do.
And so that's going to be left up to the state. So the states, it's going to allow people to get an abortion at 34 weeks. Explain that.
Probably the government telling people when they can and when they can't.
Again, it should be up to health professionals always.
It should be up to the health professionals and the woman herself.
Okay, so I did want to answer the question about Project 2025 real quick, if I can, because he was asking about radical.
Wait a minute, I want to say something about abortion. Go ahead.
This baby is fully developed, but you're saying that the mother has a right to execute this baby? What a human life?
That's up to her.
If it doesn't have a heartbeat or brain activity, it's not human life.
She's the one got to pay for that. She's the one who got to pay for that. Okay.
You guys, these guys don't have kids, so they have no kids.
I do have kids.
I have to interject something. Leon, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. When I was young, I was a Democrat. I had an abortion. And do you know that every day since I had that abortion, I cried for that baby?
I believe so.
Absolutely. No one said it wasn't a hard day.
Sorry, I had a phone call come
Nobody gave me any alternatives. Nobody told me, hey, you can get them adopted out or you can find a family. Nobody told me anything.
Okay, Chris, I'm glad you're back. I did want to get back to the...
You cannot speak on it unless you've been through it. Chiki's been through it, and so have I. So I am so against it because
it was
if I have that
horrible experience,
and I got pregnant, and it was my responsibility, I'm going to take care of that baby. I'm not going to just execute. I'm not going to end its life. I'm sorry.
That's your choice, and it depends on when life starts for you. Not everyone has the same idea of when life starts.
Why would you carry a baby for 8 months?
Yeah, but
why would you carry a baby? Hold on. My point is why would you carry a baby for 8 months and then all of a sudden you just decide you didn't want it?
Again,
you know why? You know why a lot of them do that?
How is it fair to the baby? How is it fair to that baby? Because that baby does not have a choice. That baby does have a choice too.
Again, that does not happen.
Can I say two things on this?
Yeah,
one, that waiting for 8 months is because most of them are living on the state. They're getting more money because they're pregnant. They're getting all the health care provided for them. Then they say, well, it's almost over. I'm going to get rid of the baby. Now, on the second part,
that's false.
I said that's a possibility. I did not say it was fact. I said it's a possibility. Now I forgot what the second point was. Something
In the
Faith said.
1960s, the Democrats they brought welfare into it, and they told women that you could get welfare, but you could not have a man living in the house. That right there.
They destroyed. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Black families.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, here. Can I just ask one question on this?
That's what destroyed the family nucleus. That welfare.
Okay, I just want to ask one question on this. Okay, here. I have 2 kids, so let me ask you this. Let's say hypothetically, okay, and this is again for all those who support Harris, okay, you're pushing for AB, okay, and that's that's the main position why a lot of people support Harris, okay? So let me ask you this. If the big 3 were the things that were federally supported and federally mandated, but all other AB, okay, was not allowed,